Hi, thank you for joining us again for Wednesday Wellspring. We're back from a short break. Thank you to all those who were reaching out, telling me how much they missed Wednesday Wellspring. Well, here we are. I'm Karen McKee, producer of Live Again Conferences. Please remember to like and share this video with someone else today. This is actually going to be the last episode in the series Managing Emotions, and we are talking today about happiness being relative. So the title is Happiness is Relative. So happiness is relative to our own experience and to the success of others. Psychologist Harry Nelson, he actually said that we adjust our neutral levels based on our experience. Well, what does he mean when he say neutral levels? Well, something can be hot on one end or cold on the other end, but then there's this central position where it's neither hot nor cold, it's warm. Or we can be dissatisfied on one end or satisfied on the other end, but then we could also have the central position where it's neither here nor there for us. We're neither satisfied or dissatisfied. So how do we actually change those levels? Well, I can give you a personal example. Some years back, I was moving from one state to another, and I was going to be working in the same career field, and I was getting an increase in salary, and that increase was by $20,000 a year. I was so happy. I was so elated, especially with that first paycheck. But as time went on, when that paycheck came in, I was not elated and happy like I was for the very first one. And that was because, really and truthfully, I started to get some more expenses. My living expenses increased as well. And, so it just was not bringing that great pleasure that the very first one brought. Now, I know that some of you might have experienced that before too as well. So, yesterday's marvelous can become today's mundane. Feelings of satisfaction and dissatisfaction, feelings of success and failure, they're all just judgments that we make based on our past experiences. Now, the second phenomenon is called relative deprivation. And pretty much that is the feeling that we are worse off than someone else that we are comparing ourselves with. So, when expectations soar above our actual attainment. So we may look at somebody, see how well somebody else is doing, and then we have that expectation, well, if they're doing this well, I should also be doing that well. And then when things don't turn out that way for you, well, then we start to feel a little bit disappointed. Now, research actually says that some people would prefer to make $50,000 and those close to them that they know, co-workers, family, make $25,000. They prefer to be in that situation than to be in a situation where they're making $100,000 and their friends or family or co-workers are making $200,000. I was like, what? Give me the $100,000. But pretty much it is that everybody wants to be on the upper hand, and that's what pretty much the research is saying. For the most part, people always want to be the person with the upper hand in a situation. Well, that is what opens the door to envy as well too. Now, we also have the flip side of that as well, where sometimes when you're comparing yourself to another person who may not be doing as well as you are, so the opposite, you will see the opposite. So what we can look at right now actually would be all the devastation that occurred with the hurricanes in the islands, as well as even in Texas and even in Florida. And we who have not been impacted, we would feel some sympathy, and we would be counting our blessings that we were not affected like that by a hurricane. So we're counting our blessings, but please don't let that be all. Let us reach out to someone in those islands or someone in Texas, someone who was affected. Let us reach out to an organization who is helping those people get stuff to them, and let us do more than count our blessings. Let us also be a blessing to someone else who has been negatively impacted. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, liveagain.2016. Bye now.